It's Quake Esports! Esports! It's gonna be the ultimate esport! We're reviving the first, the ultimate, the best esport! No, you're not, Bethesda. No, you're not. So, yeah, the next one on the list is Quake Esports Edition. And, oh, just listen to this shit. Like, just watch the gameplay. It's a generic, like, I remember, I'll tell you a story about Quake when we're done. But, just watch this shit. They're hyping up fucking Quake as this ultimate goddamn esport. And it's just like this generic shooter, and they're like, esport! It's gonna be the best esport! So it's Dishonored Michael Fassbender edition.
id Software offered gamers a new, exciting way to play and
No,
compete.
please tell me more about Dishonored Michael Fassbender edition.
Esports. And it began with a LAN party in Dallas, Texas. Fans came together to play a fast-paced, revolutionary new shooter called Quake.
You don't.
It offered them a new way to compete, and the best of the best were
You're
finally
really not gonna
recognized
bring this
as
back.
professional gamers. This year, Quake Champions takes esports to the next level.
We're made.
Didn't it say it's bringing esports to the next level?
Yeah. That fucking game that we all played in high school.
Oh dear.
Made deadlier. With every
Is it even a good game?
Bethesda, stop trying to make Quake look like a fucking esports game. It died out in Quake 2 after everybody played it in the fucking 90s.
Was it a good game?
No.
We won't stop until we're the best. Until we are Quake Champions.
I guess what's this gonna be? In the arena.
No, this is the whole game, by the way.
Oh.
You run around with a gun and try and shoot people.
So it's not Overwatch?
What's the matter? Lose something? You'll regret that.
Is it Call of Duty with like super jumps?
Yeah, in Brown Grey Castle, other Brown Grey Castle, moss-covered castle, or third Brown Grey Castle. Oh, we've got a lava map, but there's the Grey Castle, though.
None of you gets out alive.
No, we put guns, some crazy 76 guns there.
It all comes down to this. Every match, every frag, every victory.
Every frag. You just used the word frag
More than 20
unironically.
years in the making, the original esport returns.
The original fucking esport. Get the fuck out of here.
Championships. August 26th.
Was it even-
No, it was a fucking PC game in high school.
Face off in the ultimate esports arena.
What, you played it?
To win their
Yeah,
share
like
of
this is
$1
the
million.
story about my
And
fucking
the one
experience
thing
with Quake
every
2.
champion seeks.
Once there was a charity event at my school, and like you had to stay in school all night. Obviously there was no classes, but it was just like you got to stay awake for 24 hours. So all people did that night was go into the computer room and play Quake 2.
To learn more.
That must have been a really long time ago.
Yeah, like from literally 8 PM till like 3 AM, everybody just played Quake 2.
But now the work is nearly finished. Let's
I
take
don't
a
even
peek.
know if I was born by that.
No. No, Bethesda. No, it's not. No, it's not, Bethesda. It's... why are you trying this? You're not you already had your chance. You know, all of the other team-based shooters like fucking Overwatch have beat you to the punch. It's already over. Stop trying to make Quake an esport. I mean, good job you didn't really have any pre-rendering in this particular one because it was all esport, esport, look at these people dying in the arena. Let's look at the hot combatants in the arena. The two squids are moving together in the esport arena. Yes! Now there's a third contender in the arena. This hot esport action. Hot esport action. The third contender has left. These two are chasing it. No, just stop. Just stop. We're not playing that game. Just stop, Bethesda. It's not an esport. So, the description, well, I mean, I've got to give them 5 out of 5. They were certainly very descriptive with what they want. Obviously, it's Quake, a team-based shooter running around a map, shooting each other, and they're planning on having all of these professional rules, esports. Gotta have the professional gameplay. Jesus fucking God, oh my God. Anyway, as for the graphics, I mean, it looks kind of shit, to be honest. 2 out of 5. Like, it looks so terrible. It looks a little bit better, but let me all tell you a story. As the moon lowers and the day is dawning, let me tell you all a story. It's a story from when I was in school, right? They had a charity event, and this charity event was kind of like one of those sleepover type things where it's like, oh hey, you've got to stay up all night in school, so you've got to stay in school for 24 hours, but of course, like, you're not going to be doing lessons for 24 hours because that nobody would attend. It's just like you can go to the geography room and watch a movie, or the history room's got a movie on, or the science room's got some science shit going on. You know, it's all fun activities. Or if you go outside to the sports area, you can play basketball in pitch blackness, so you're running into each other, and there was a little barbecue outside. So that was kind of the gist. But most people just went to the 3 computer rooms and just all played Quake 2 all night from like 8 o'clock. I mean, I wouldn't say all night because there was like a big fireworks show at 3, but from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock a.m., so from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m., all anybody did was sit in the computer room and all play Quake 2 online. That was it, and that's all Quake ever was to me. Like, I tried to play a little bit when I got home. Like, I've had friends that tried to play it, but that's all it was. It was a time waster. If you're waiting for something to down, I mean, now you'd probably just play on your iPhone, which makes it even more redundant. But back in my days when iPhones didn't exist, and I bet that's a scary thought to some of you, because I know there's some younger viewers in the audience. I bet that's a scary thought. Oh my God, there wasn't iPhones back in this guy's day? There was no... How did these people survive without an iPhone? How did these people survive without an Android? Like, how... A world where an Android and an iPhone doesn't exist is madness. Well, yeah, when there wasn't iPhones, when you couldn't just whack out your iPhone and play Flappy Bird for 5 minutes while you were waiting for your new game to download, you'd play Quake. Oh man, it's gonna take an hour for dial-up. It's gonna... Wait there, let's get it up. It's gonna take an hour because of this. Let's bring it up so you can get a genuine feel for the olden days. Dashboard, that'll do. That'll do. Let's go to the dashboard. Dial-up sound. There we go. So, you know, it's like, oh man, I really wanna play. God, what was around in the 90s? I really want to play the original Counter-Strike, but it's going to take an hour to download because of this. Right, let's put the internet wire in the phone line. Give me a second, and then let's boot it up.
We talked.
Alright, there we go, we're connected to the internet. So now that we're actually connected to the internet, let's let's play some Quake while we wait an hour to download 1 megabyte a second because, you know, it was going through a fucking phone line. So that's all Quake ever was. It's like, hey, we're downloading a new game, but it's gonna take an hour because of dial-up and shitty internet connections. I guess we'll just kill an hour on Quake. I guess we'll just run around the dirt grey map on Quake for an hour, and that's all it ever was. And like the school story, that's all it ever was. Nobody wanted Quake, and that time when we spent all night in school, it was just there as a time waster to make sure nobody got bored shitless during the hours that they were in school when they weren't supposed to be in school. That's all Quake ever was, and that's all it ever will be. And when you're being like, no, it won't work. And going back to that Quake 2 experience in school, like, I remember what the graphics look like. They haven't got much fucking better. Like, this looks like something that's just been stitched together for the purposes of bringing it back. I mean, I'm gonna say it. It looks a bit like Mighty Number 9. It looks pretty rushed. You know, we had this amazing concept like this, and it went to this. I mean, I'm thinking Quake's quite the same. It's just like, oh, let's capitalize. Bubsy's coming back. Bubsy's a reboot. Let's reboot Quake. Let's make Quake an esport, but because we're trying to make it an esport as fast as possible before Overwatch completely overshadows us, it already has, well, we're going to have to rush it out, and it looks pretty goddamn rushed. So the graphics don't look much better than the old PC version of Quake 2. So yeah, it looks kind of shit. And the gameplay, well, I like brown grey castle, other brown grey castle, grey castle, and then brown grey sewer. Ooh, it looks pretty much the same, and everybody's just running around killing each other with no finesse or art style. Like, it just looks pretty shit, really. It looks like Quake. Like, it looks like an average time wasting shooter like Call of Duty. So final verdict, Quake, it looks pretty shit. It looks pretty rushed. I don't think anybody who asked Skeleton Horse, I need to ask you a legitimate question. Who asked for esports Quake? Do you know? Do you know who asked for Quake to be an esport? Do you know? I don't know. I mean, everybody's got Overwatch. I mean, there's several. Like, we can't just use Overwatch as the definitive. Like, for some people, we've got Overwatch. For other people like Amanetta, we've got Paladins. For other people, you know, Randy Pitchford, we've got Battleborn. And then for others, we've got Call of Duty. Like, and then for others, we've got Smash Brothers and Injustice. We've got all the esports. Horse? Who asked for this shooter to be an esport? We've already got we got Paladins, Overwatch, and Call of Duty as our esports shooters. Like, who asked for this? No one asked for this. And I don't think anybody will care about. No, this is never going to become an esport. Get in the Badger. Stop wasting my time, Bethesda. Stop wasting my time with this shit. And you may be thinking I'm scoffing. You may be thinking I'm talking trash. I know people. I was talking to many people like Malix who loved Quake. Malix was very much inspired by Quake and got all of the maps, and you know, like in Doom where you could download the maps and mess around with maps on certain PC programs. He got the Quake maps, he messed around with them. Quake was one of Malix's favourite franchises, and even he says that he's a Quake fan, and even he says this one's shit. So if a fan's saying it's shit, then you've done something wrong. But you know, he said like he didn't want another Quake Arena because that was the bad one, and this looks like Quake Arena. Or it might be the other way around, and he loved Quake Arena and wanted a Quake Arena, and this isn't Quake Arena. I can't remember which way around it is, but main point, even fans are thinking this is shit. So there you go. But maybe you disagree. Maybe you think that generic shooter in Brown Grey Castle is great. So if you do, you know, maybe I'm wrong, do feel free to leave your comments down below. What do you think about Quake, the Ultimate Esports Edition? Are you excited? Are you going to be joining this esport? Are you going to be like, yes, this is my esport of choice. This takes precedent over Overwatch and Paladins. This generic Groundbreak one takes precedent over this colourful cast of characters and abilities. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts on Quake are. And as always, if you did indeed enjoy the video, do feel free to leave a like. It does help the channel out. And we'll have more E3 coverage coming across the course of the next few days. So if you don't want to miss any other coverage of E3, do feel free to hit that subscribe button and bing the bell so the notifications come through. And of course, there are links down below to my Deviant on Twitter if you want to see my live reactions to the conferences. We're going to have live reactions in just under 2 hours when the PC gaming conference kicks off, so be sure to keep an eye on my Twitter for that. And there is a link to my public Discord if you want to come and see what everybody else is generally chatting about E3, as well as a link to my Patreon. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one.